Endgame with, if you could all please turn your hymn books to page... It isn't even numbered. That's a good sign. All right.
Good start.
So, this is all apparently about the end of the royal family, in part because of their attitude towards Harry and Meghan. Endgame. The final stages of a chess game after most of the pieces have been removed from the board. Also, the final stages of an extended process or course of events.
I think it's not a good sign when you start your book with a dictionary definition of the title of your book.
It's a little bit like,
It's like you've already run out of ideas, you've already run out of your own words. Let's start Googling what our title of the book is and what it means and put that into the first page.
It's like a year 6 speech, you know.
Yeah.
Freedom! The Oxford Dictionary says freedom. All right, now...
Let's see if it gets any better from
I have no doubt.
page 7, part of the prologue.
Please do.
And it's, I think this is all about the king. The question remains, is he up for the job? Immediately after the Queen passed away and ordinary citizens were still shedding tears, the new King Charles made headlines after cameras caught him throwing a tantrum.
Oh no!
Over a faulty pen. A stubborn eccentric who has spent most of his life waiting and planning for his ascension, even at the cost of his relationship with his own sons, the former Prince of Wales, is not only far less popular than his predecessor and his successor...
His mother...
His son, he has also been a thorn in the side of the institution. It's interesting that he focuses here on that pen incident.
Yes.
And you can understand why the king was upset. I mean, they had planned for that day for possibly decades.
His mother's just left us.
And the pen doesn't work when he's got to sign a vital document. I would have thought if you're going to talk about the the king now being a bit kooky, you might, I don't know, reflect on wanting to come back as a tampon. We had that.
Talking to plants.
Talking to plants, the whole global warming catastrophist predictions that he's guilty of making every 12 months. We're at the end of the world. But no, we don't have any of that.
No, the pen. The pen is the...
The pen is the... where Charles is demonised.
You see, you don't understand. You see, the pen is mightier than the sword of which a king or queen wields to make people knights of the realm. See, this guy's 4D chess. That's why he mentioned chess at the start of his book.
It's all coming together, Paul. This is spooky. I'm getting tingles now, people. I'm getting tingles.
This bit is, like most of the book, about racism. Some might argue it's unnecessary to bring the Duke and Duchess of Sussex into conversations about the future of the monarchy since they started their separate life in California 3 years ago. But their role in the bigger royal story remains as important as ever. These issues raised by the couple, including allegations of bullying, misogyny, racism, or Harry's description, unconscious bias.
Oh, no transphobia though.
No.
We're winning.
Wait till we get to chapter 14. No. All right, and image manipulation alongside the institutional cruelty that they experienced remained largely ignored and unexamined by the palace.
Talking here about institutional cruelty, so an unconscious bias, institutional racism comes to mind as well, because we know, I know they've tried to walk back the racism allegations. We've all seen that god-awful Oprah interview. We know the allegation was made. They've tried to pretend, oh, no, we were just raising issues of unconscious bias. Can we talk about this entire catastrophe? Because what they allege, whether you call it unconscious bias, racism, whatever, is nothing of the sort. Anyone who's got a mixed-race family would tell you, people wonder, who will the kid look like?
Yeah.
Is it going to look like someone who's olive-skinned or dark-skinned, or is it going to look like the freckly ginger? Or, you know, it's interesting.
But also,
whose eyes are they going to have? Whose complexion are they going to have?
But also, let's be honest, there's not much to say. We're having a baby. Okay, great.
Yeah.
So we sort of go, do you think it'll be tall? I mean, eventually something gets said here.